Hello YouTube and or Facebook or wherever else I share this. This is Sean or Ulrich signing on to tell you some things about the Renaissance festivals I know about. I just posted on my Facebook, but I posted on Facebook a similar video that I did live, but I want to do one here too while it's fresh on the old noggin. Alright, so here's everything I can think about Renaissance festivals. First thing to note, if you're a New Yorker like I am, they are not close depending on where you live. I have one near to me that's about a half hour away, but that's only open 1 week in a year. Most Renaissance festivals are open multiple weekends a year. The two that are open in New York throughout the summer and fall. The first one is the Stirling Renaissance Festival, which is my favorite. It's open when it's not COVID. It's open from roughly July 10th or 11th or till about mid-August or so. And the New York Renaissance Festival, the biggest one in the state, is open from like August 17th till about October 6th, when it's not COVID and everything else with this craziness. Alright, what else? Tickets. Tickets will set you back for the ones in New York. For the Capital District Run Fest, the first one in the season, about $15, depending on age, which isn't too bad. The Sterling Renaissance Festival will set you back between $24 and $26 at the gate. And the New York Renaissance Festival, if you pay at the gate, will set you back close to $27. But if you can, or if you want, you can try to buy them online, the tickets. I don't know if the Capital District Run Fair sells tickets online. I have to do some more research about that. But yeah. As for prices for food and water and other necessities, not too expensive as far as I know. Water will set you a bit back. The ones at the Sterling Run Fest are about $2.50 per average size bottle of water. Not too bad. I don't quite remember the prices of water at other festivals in New York, but the main area that's going to set you back will be the food. And as far as I know, there is no outside food or water allowed at these festivals because they're trying to make a profit. Most of the festivals throughout the country are very big, so it takes a lot of effort to put through each summer or whenever they are. That's why they're forced to charge such large prices, because they got to pay for the food, the individual ingredients too. They've got to make the food, put in the effort for that, make food throughout the entire weekend and multiple weekends that they're open. And then they've got to keep said food out of the elements and relatively fresh for you. So yeah, not cheap. Of course, the main thing you're going to be spending money on is the arts and crafts and weapons. Most things you'll find at a Renaissance festival are fully handmade, as far as I know. The Capital District Run Fests, unfortunately, you find less handmade things because, well, not as many artisans go there. You'll still find a few artisans there. Artisans / craftsmen, people who put a lot of work into their stuff that they make. But there is still plenty of things to buy at any Renaissance festival you go to. Also, many of vendors at Renaissance festivals do not accept credit or debit cards, but also they have at least 1 or 2 ATMs available. At the Sterling Renaissance Festival, the ATM is outside the front gate. There'll be a sign near the ticket booths and a building where you can go and use the ATM. The New York Run Fest has a few ATMs throughout the festival grounds, and also most Renaissance festivals. Well, at every Run Fest I've been to so far, there are a few groups of people to take note of. First and foremost, the most common type of person you'll encounter is patrons. People who go to the festival and view the festival and plan every day, shirts and t-shirts and shorts and whatnot. Then you'll find the somewhat sizable population of patrons. That's Playtrons. Patrons. And those types of people are like me. They dress up in costume and garb and armor. They'll carry foam or wooden weapons or real weapons. Sorry, my nose is really itching today. Right now, anyway. And then you'll find the players / actors themselves. These types of people will be dressed up in a specific character, either from history or just a random villager or pirate or thief or what have you. These are professional actors. They will be in their character the entire day. No matter how much you want, they will not come out of character for you. They do not do that at the festivals. They can be found either at stages throughout the day and set events, set script things, or throughout the festival on a daily basis, less scripted things. Interacting with each other or the people visiting the festival. They are almost always kind and courteous to everyone they meet, especially the queens. Queens have to be kind to everyone. And one or two of the queens I've seen at festivals really good. Almost always in the mood to have a chat with the children or children at heart. Always kind, always courteous. And there are the knights in their fancy garb. They only wear armor during the jousts, unfortunately. But throughout the day you can encounter them too. Then you'll find one or two or three ladies of the court that accompany Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth I. That's the name of the queen. The first Queen Elizabeth, mind you, not the second one who rules England right now. This is the first one. Yeah. So, other things about the festivals. Steel weapons are sometimes allowed, the swords anyway, but they must come in a scabbard or sheath or something to hide the most of the blade, and they have to be piece tied at the front gate, tied with zip tie or other similar things to avoid you from drawing them or hurting other people. And anything else? Food is always good. There's a wide variety of food available at most festivals I've been to, except the Capital District Run Fest. Like again, they only set up and pack up in a single weekend a year. So their food is less varietous. It's mostly food trucks. So yeah. Other things I know about, most types of armor and clothing are allowed. Just don't show up completely naked in your birthday suit, because there are children and people with sensitive sensibilities a lot of the time. The shows are good if you like comedy / scripted action / scripted comedy. My advice is to find a variety of shows to go to. Try not to go to the same show too many times in a row because they will repeat things at most of the shows. Just an FYI. What else? I myself will be dressing as a knight, a late 12th, early 13th century knight with the chainmail. I'll be wearing a great helmet, which is a flat-topped helmet that basically covers the whole head. It's shaped a bit like a pot. Yeah. And then I'll have a tabard or surcoat or tunic, basically a sleeveless piece of clothing that goes over the chainmail to kind of protect it from the elements and protect myself from the chainmail, because it does get quite hot at some festivals. And if you're going to a run fest, bring sunscreen, because they don't have it for sale at the festivals. Bring plenty of sunscreen, because if not, and you're of light complexion like me, you're gonna get a sunburn. Guaranteed. Music is also good. It's period music, of course, but with less period instruments. You'll find mainly guitars and lutes and flutes. It's good Renaissance era music for the most part. Really good. They have music all throughout the festival, not even at set stages. There's little sitting areas sometimes where you can just sit and relax. For getting food, anyway, don't expect to always find a set place to eat at the festivals unless it's a festival of indoor seating, which doesn't always happen, unfortunately. The bigger festivals have like a maximum of 1 or 2 places where you can actually sit down inside. For the most part, it's picnic tables and benches you'll have to sit at. Of course, you can eat while you're at a show. That's always an option. But be aware you may be called up onto stage while if you're in plain regular everyday clothes. That they do at most every festival and a lot of different shows. They will pull a random member out of the audience to come on stage, be a good spirit, play along. Another few things. If you want to know where the bathroom is, you ask them, where is the nearest privy? Privy is the old-fashioned term for bathroom. If you ask where's the bathroom, they likely will say, I don't know what a bathroom is. Just ask, where is the nearest privy? If you didn't get a program, if you didn't buy a program, or even if you have a program, 9 times out of 10 you can ask one of the characters where something is on the map. Most programs come with maps at the festivals, or just simply ask where it is without a map. If you come with a group, don't always expect to come together because different people, or stay together because different people have different interests. I myself don't much like the shows. I like to wander around, engage with the characters, and enjoy the ambience. Also, to keep in mind, these characters / actors will be in character the whole day. Just play along, be a good sport, and behave yourself for the most part. Like I said, they'll be in character the whole day. They won't answer questions normally. They won't know what a cell phone is, or most modern equipment. They'll call it a fairy box. Or magic implement or whatever. Just say your electronic equipment is a fairy box, and they'll 9 times out of 10 roughly understand their meaning. As this is taking place in the 16th century for the most part, you'll find people in period dress, pirates, and sometimes Vikings and fairies and whatnot. The fairies do not speak regular English, so you'll have a hard time engaging with them. Children don't seem to have a problem because, hey, kids love fairies. They always have. If you're of delicate sensibility, I suggest probably just not going to the festivals because it will be outside your comfort zone. If you're more on the right, which if you are, I perfectly support that. I wouldn't exactly go either because you'll find all sorts of homosexual, bisexual, any type of sexual stuff at the festivals. You'll just find all sorts of weird and wonderful things at a Renaissance festival. And people dress up from Rick and Morty and anything to stormtroopers. Just anything you can imagine. People will probably dress as it once or twice. And if you're going for the first time, you don't have to dress up. It's not a requirement. You can dress up only if you want to. Most period-looking outfits will cost you a pretty penny though, so keep that in mind. What else? What else? As you can see, I'm still doing my videos quite unscripted and unedited, so there's that to enjoy. Don't mind the water bottle in the background. I just was drinking water earlier. So, yeah. What else? Food is good. Characters are enjoyable. You'll, unless you're like a stickler with a stick in the mud, you'll find something to enjoy at a festival. And birds. If you like birds, there's at all 3 festivals I know about, there are at least a few different birds of prey there to take pictures of. Frankly, there's plenty of things to take pictures of. If not only the food to take a picture of, because some of the food is rather magnificent. You can take pictures of anyone, of the characters, or the patrons, or anything like that. You can take any number of videos you want. Just try and leave your flash off. Alright. This video has gone on for nearly 20 minutes now. I think I'm gonna leave it here. And maybe do another video in the future. This is Sean/Ulrich signing off. And hope to see you all next year's Run Fest if they are in fact happening. Bye.